Hello, Fearless Gamers! Matt here for Fearless Games, and welcome to another video blog. In today's video, we're going to be doing another Kickstarter unboxing. This time, we're going to be doing Primal the Awakening. This is one that I have been really excited about getting here. It's got a really different, unique play game style from the other games that I have. I like to describe this as like Kingdom Death meets Monster Hunter, primarily because it has a lot of elements of Kingdom Death in terms of the gameplay, you know, managing resources, I think there's a little bit of base building, could be wrong about that, don't quote me on it. Maintaining your character, upgrading, building gear sets and such. And Monster Hunter, because a lot of the monsters and gear styles kind of gives me a Monster Hunter vibe. So, I played a lot of Kingdom Death. I haven't played really any Monster Hunter, but the two concepts combined kind of really intrigued me, so really excited. I don't know which box this is because there was a bit of a hassle with shipping in terms of getting things shipped all together because there was some issue with them trying to get all the stuff on the boat before the Chinese New Year and all that. And so some Kickstarters, their pledges were kind of split because they were two boxes just because of the size. And it looks like I'm in that boat. This is one box, there's supposed to be two. That one's probably out on the ship that hasn't arrived yet, so we'll see what goes on. Going by the email, believe this is the core box. So we'll actually find out in just a second, so let's take a look. First, gonna pop this open. I will say the box is a lot smaller than I was expecting. But weight-wise, it's about on par with all the other ones. This thing's like, I think, 20-somewhat pounds. And yep, it is just the core box, which is a beast of a box right here. So, like I said, this is just the core box. I'm missing all the expansions, the terrain add-on, the terrain, the extra monster expansions that add to this, and the sleeves. So let me get this out of the way and get it out of the box. So there it is. There's the Awaken. And you got your little fighter right here. So this is the entire core box, which, like you can see, is huge. Gonna have to find a new spot to put this on because it's not gonna fit in my shelving unit. I wasn't expecting the box to be this big, to be perfectly honest, but we'll see what happens as we pop this thing open. Okay. And get the... oh man, what am I stuck on? Once you get your fingers around the edges of the lid, it will slowly come up. And it actually has some writing along the box. It says, "Then the dragon will come, and the dominant monsters will answer its call." So, as you can see right now, we've got a plethora of miniatures. We've got 4 hero models right here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 huntable monsters. And oh, actually I see some looks like there might be some sleeve cards in there. We'll get to that in a minute, but let's take this top section off. So from my understanding, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more monsters along the side here. Okay, so we've got looks like our player boards right here. Very basic. Got your character. Looks like you got your items, your gear, and your weapon. And let's see. Anything else in this section? These cards are very flimsy than I expected. It also has the monster cards. So you got your monster sheets, your player sheets, and on the back of the player sheets it has a little background on the hero that you're playing as. And it looks like the back of them have these really cool artwork for the monsters. So easy to tell which one's a hero, which one's a monster sheet. Just if you get the cards mixed up. Here it looks like we've got our some sort of card organizing tray. Don't know, I haven't read the rule book yet. And we got the play mat, which is folded in two right here. We got the rule books, which are fairly beefy. There's 2 books in here. Not sure what... I'm assuming one is like a rule book and another is like a campaign book, because I believe there is a campaign mode in this. And we've got our... your village cards, kind of like in Kingdom Death. So these are the different locations in your village, and they tell you, your weapon, what you need to build, what materials you need to build them with, and the level of the, that's either the weapon or the level of the forge here. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's very much like Kingdom Death meets Monster Hunter. We've got our champion character sheets, and let's see. Oh, and sorry, this is the campaign chapters. So you got what your different, looks like you got your different monster hunts, the quests that you do, your achievements. So you got that sheet there. Then this is your player character sheet, it looks like, for following the progress of the characters. So there we go. And you get quite a few of these. I'm going to definitely have to scan this so I can print more as I need them. And then you get, unless maybe they'll sell them on their site, additional booklets. And then you got multiples of this campaign sheet here. And then you've got your tokens. So you got tokens and terrain. One of the expansions for this is an expansion to 3D terrain, which I did pick up. One of the things I like about the 3D terrain that they have on this is that they put places for your base so your characters slot into the terrain, so it's easier to indicate who's in the terrain, who's not in the terrain, which is really cool. Oh, those aren't sleeves, those are little baggies. You got what looks to be, you got a reference card here. You got weapon cards. So like this is the Great Sword level 1, increase the damage, the attack deals by 2 and remove 1 struggle. So you see, great looking artwork on these things. Then looks like we got a bunch of, another pack of cards here. And I'm not gonna go too crazy with opening them up as usual because I don't wanna get too disorganized until I've managed to sit down and organize the thing. Random spacer card for some odd reason. Don't ask me. Yep, and then we got more cards. Looks like we got some organizing tabs so you can quickly find the cards that you're looking for. Oh, got a secret envelope. That's do not open until instructed. And then we got more cards. So we got like our hero dividers, so you can find your hero cards for that particular hero. And then more and more cards. So it looks like attack cards for monsters. And we got, let's see, gear cards. They're a little bent, so packing wise they didn't do too good a job at keeping them from warping, as you can see, but that's not a huge deal for me. Once you have them sleeved and put away, they should flatten out. Got some more gear cards. Love the artwork on these things. The artwork is definitely top notch. And then we got, again, this looks like, so it looks like we've got all the monster cards set up in these like 4 decks here. And then all the hero cards look to be right over here, these smaller hero card bits. So, put those back there, put the little baggies in there. Okay, so we're going to quickly just put those all away, and then we will take a look at what essentially is, for lack of a better term, like the bread and butter of these games, which is the, the monster models. Because, let's be honest, that's what really sells the game, is how cool all the miniatures for the game are. So we're gonna open up this pack first because it was right here, and I've had a bunch of different Kickstarters with a bunch of different like quality of detail models. So this is going to be interesting to see how these stack up. Let's see, sorry, as I get the, there we go. Alrighty, so they're a nice, fairly solid plastic. They are ridiculously detailed, so let's see, there's this crazy wolf guy. The bases have these little marks here so you can determine where the front of the monster is, which is good because like their facing is important in this game. So you know, you have your front facing. As long as you have that facing, the rest of the mapping of the monster is pretty easy to do. But like the detail on them is really great. Like the fur detail on him is really cool, and I like that their bases are modeled too, so it's not just them on like a flat base. And then we got this guy, and they feel like a solid plastic, where it doesn't feel like they're gonna warp or bend, but I'm not but it doesn't give me this whole like they don't feel fragile, but they don't feel like they're gonna warp or bend by really easily. So again, loving the detail on these things. See his face. And we got another like little like salamander lizard type creature. Again, really sharp detail on these. These are like very well, like the details on these are very crisp and clean. Like I'm not seeing any imperfections that are created from just loss from transfer of the master mold to the plastic. The detail on these are really fine details. And again, all of the bases are styled, so it's not just them on like a flat base, like I said. So really cool. So let's put these guys away for right now. And come on, you stupid. There we go. My little minor destruction here. There we go. Put these away, and then let's bring out the really big monsters. And like I said, also the heroes are in this tray as well. And one thing that's interesting that is different from a lot of the other games I have is, as you saw, no dice. This, from my understanding, this is all done based on cards. So your actions are cards from your hand that you deal, and the monster's actions are based on cards from a deck that you draw. So we've got here our heroes. So, oh, this is cool on this guy. So, if you look, his cape is actually like a wing, so like a bat-like wing, which is really cool. They really did do a really good job at kind of giving that the illusion of everything is created by hunting down monsters and turning their hides and skins into gear. And these models really do capture that very well. Is it really crisp and nice details on that shield? And again, his armor is really cool looking. Then we got this guy with a big old hammer. Really nice. And then we got one last hero, because this is a 4-player game, with a really big bow. And again, like, it's a very unique style, but it kind of gives me like Monster Hunter vibes, for sure. And then we've got all the different monsters. So we got more. It's really, really cool looking. The design, just the quality of the detail on the models is just phenomenal. We got this dude here, like a T-Rex looking guy with really long tail. And then let's see, oh, we got this cool, this one's pretty cool. It's kind of got like an oceanic fish look to him. Again, detail is top notch. This is definitely up there with some of the high-end games. We got this like elephanty mammoth looking dude. Again, really cool looking. And then we got this bug creature. Looks like a beetle, in which don't see a whole lot of games using a lot of like giant bugs. A lot of them use like giant lizards or cats or birds. Very few games have I seen use a lot of giant bugs. There's this one, I think Kingdom Death has 2 monsters coming out that are bug themed, or actually 3 because the Dung Beetle Knight, and then I think Massive Darkness has 1 bit that has a bug in it, but don't see a whole lot of monster games utilizing the idea of like monstrous bugs. We got this cool guy looking here, and that's the other thing. Like some people were concerned, a lot of them have these really thin jointed legs, and over time and with temperature exposure they could lean down. I don't think that's going to happen with these. These feel like really solid plastic, so I don't think that their thin limbs are going to be a problem on these miniatures. And then we got this guy, this Godzilla looking dude. He's really cool, especially because he's got like a Space Godzilla look with the crystals, and Space Godzilla is one of my favorite of the kaijus that face down Godzilla over the years. So he's really cool looking. And then we got this giant bat dude. I believe that he is one of the first monsters you face in the game. As like I said, it's just one big old giant bat. And then the piece of the resistance, the main bad guy of the game, the poster child, we've got the Awakened. Oh, there he is. Really cool. Got a nice dragon-like look to him with the kind of like a hybrid between a dragon and a bat, which is really cool. I love his horns, like his crown of horns. He's got his tongue sticking out. Really, really awesome. So the premise of the game is essentially there have been signs that have led to that this thing is going to be coming back, and it's kind of stirring up the land and the ecosystem, and you, as a brave warrior of your tribe, is sent out to deal with all these monsters and prepare for the return of the Awakened. Now, probably the biggest problem with this box that I can see right now is the utilization of space. I'm probably going to see about if I can make my own organizer for this, but it's not terrible. The amount of space isn't really as bad as when the game first was shown. We were seeing a lot of empty space, but the biggest problem is the way they handled sleeving the cards. Is, again, you have all of this voided space here, and they're like, oh, well, when you sleeve the cards will no longer be in the core box, they're going to be in another box. So you're going to have this giant empty space that's not used for anything. So once the rest of the game shows up, I'm going to look into possibly creating a organizer tray that'll hopefully fit. My goal is to have it fit all the monsters, so then it's all the monsters in one box and then the cards in the card storage box. That's my goal, at the very least. Will I be able to achieve it? I don't know, because I haven't done anything that crazy before. In fact, I'll be doing another video talking about game organizing and game organization solution designs in another video, if I haven't posted that video prior to this one. Sorry. But there we go. So, overall, this game looks really, really good. I am really excited to get this on the table and try it out. The game is still currently being fulfilled, so I'm not so I don't believe it is. You can you can pick it up and get a copy of it just yet, but that should hopefully change once they have fulfillment. Hopefully Reggie Games, the company that made this, will set it up for purchase after the fact through either their website or maybe some like hobby shops or something. But the game looks really cool. It is in a really big box. So I think out of anything, that's the one part the game falters in right now. Just going by a content creator, you got content-wise, like I said, you have this really huge box, and once you take all the cards out and put them in their separate box to be stored, you're going to have this giant box with all this space not being used. Oh, there's some sort of residue on there. Weird. But overall, really excited to get this to the table. Once I do, I will give you guys I will get a video out for you guys so you can see the game in action. Like I said, I'm waiting right now currently for the sleeve cards, the expansions that add extra monsters to the game, and the 3D terrain. I didn't get the game mats. For this particular game, it was literally just the same board game but in playmat style. I didn't think it was really necessary to have it. And I didn't get the art book. For some reason, I'm not into art books. So, other than that, this is an entirely complete set. So, when the expansion box comes out, I will then do a unboxing of that so we can see all the other monsters that add on to it. If you've gotten your copy already and had a chance to play it, what do you guys think? What do you like? What do you don't like? And for all those who haven't gotten their game yet, just hold tight. It's on the way. I feel it. I was one of those, oh, it's never gonna get here. And then finally it arrived. One more box to go, and then this whole thing will be here. And so that is all for right now. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, Fearless Gamers, take care.